there, my name is Celia Beck and Neil the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And it's a new episode of Mandalorian, just dropped on Friday. Oh, I do like the Mandalorian. This wasn't my favourite episode, I'll be honest. It's not the worst episode, it's not my favourite episode. I'm going to go into why. Look, it's worth a watch. It was, what, 40 minutes long, 35 minutes, 40 minutes long? Very enjoyable, 35, 45 minutes. Listen, any 35, 45 minutes that I'm not hearing about the US election is freaking insanely good. I love every second of that. So that, or thinking about it, or being involved in it in any way, shape, or form, that is, I love anything that does it. So thank you, Mandalorian. Thank you for providing that very important break. Can I ask you guys, can you hit the like button, the share button, and that subscribe button? Hit the subscribe button if you like what I do here on YouTube, or even if you don't really like it, a bit ambivalent. Can you hit the subscribe button? It's really the only way for teeny tiny channels, much as myself, to be relevant, to stand a chance. I was shadow banned. My video I put out on Friday was shadow banned. Normally I put a video out, and you get a certain, I'm not a huge channel, but you get a certain number of clicks straight away, and it didn't happen this time. And I was talking about election stuff. By the way, if you're of a different opinion from me with that, which again, let's move away from it. It's all cool, baby. It's all cool. Used to be, up until a few years ago, we could disagree and be friends. So that's basically where I am. Whatever you think is fine. Let's not get into a fight about something that none of us can do anything about, really. Fine. Okay. So hit the subscribe button. That'd be really, really nice. And if you subscribe, you can enter my competitions. The competition thrives this week. Beginning away tomorrow night when I'm on the TARDIS zone, when we're doing a watch along of the second Daleks in Manhattan story. I can't remember the Martha Jones, David Tennant Doctor Who story. The prize is this: Judge Dredd, Dark Side of the Moon. Freaking awesome book. It's a great little book of Judge Dredd's time on the moon, on the lunar colony. Wasn't it great when it used to be the Russians and the Americans would fight each other, and not, we all just totally, wasn't that a wonderful time when everything was well delineated? Fantastic artwork from Brian Bolland. It's actually at the very start of his career, and you can see him actually developing. It's really cool. All you need to do is subscribe to the channel, subscribe, and in the comments leave the hashtag Dark Side of Dredd. Dark Side of Dredd. We've got a new prize coming tomorrow. Not sure what it's going to be. Maybe something big Ghostbusters. I was going to do that over Halloween, and I forgot. I got Ghostbusters Blu-ray. I totally forgot. Fine, this is about Ghostbusters. This is about the Mandalorian. This is Star Wars : The Mandalorian. I think it's just the Mandalorian, isn't it? Fine. So here's my basic problem with this episode from the outset. There's two different gears of Star Wars that I really remember from when I was a kid, right? You had the incredible space adventure, trench runs, lightsabers, all that stuff, all this great stuff that's aimed at 8-year-old boys. It's fantastic. And then when Jedi came out, they kind of shifted to this more cutesy, fluffy bunny, Ewok-y, type of more nature orientated stuff. They don't make them anymore. It's really sad. But when I was a kid, we used to have things called rub down transfers. You'd have a background picture, and you had little pieces of people on film, or things on clear film. You should put them on the picture where you want it. You rub them down, and they'll stick down there. Rub down. I don't make them anymore. So they had great ones for Star. They had great ones for Space 1999. Those were awesome. Try and find those. They were absolutely awesome. But when they came out with the big ones for Return of the Jedi, it was the Ewok village, and it wasn't like a battle. It was all just being friendly Ewoks, being naturist together. So that's kind of the vibe of this episode. It switched gears from having a real protagonist, an antagonist as a protagonist, but as a real antagonist, evil, daring, do that sort of, and gets into more cutesy nature. What it's kind of like in the 70s, I think the early 80s, Disney. Yeah, it's hard to imagine this now, because Disney's this juggernaut, but Disney was doing really badly, and all they made were these really bad nature documentaries about, a fox and a cat, or a dog trying to make it back home. And it was not a cartoon, it was live action, and it was it wasn't, but they're not very, they sort of things they would play in between movies when you went to see a matinee, you'd have a B. So that's what Disney was doing. So that, again, it's in that kind of realm for me, this episode. And it's not, I'm watching one, and again, I said it, anything that gives me a break from the freaking real world, I am so up for it. So fine, we start off, it's Caravan and Courage Star Wars, this one, I would say. So we started with the recap. We see that droid, bounty hunter droid, from, I can't remember, a few episodes ago. We're going to need to know about him. And basically brings you up to date of where we are. And Mando's still on Tatooine. He's biking around that speedway, but he must have gone back to whatever that lady was in the in the spaceport, and because he's got Baby Yoda with him now, so he's biking he must have nipped down to the shops. He said, "Look, thank you for watching, Baby Yoda. Can I do anything?" She said, "Could you nip to the shops and get me some milk?" So that's what's going on. He's going, he's driving around, and he's ambushed. These guys ambush him, and they're after Baby Yoda. So they're very well informed. These ambushers, and good scene. Again, good action orientated scene. Mando's knocked off the speeder bike, blows up, basically Baby Yoda flows everywhere, and he's attacked by all these guys. Great Mando fighting. That's something we really love in The Mandalorian, great Mando fighting. So we love a bit of that. He takes everybody out, and one of the attackers who is that a Jawa? Is that what Jawas look like with their hoods off? I don't know. One of the attackers has a knife on Baby Yoda, the last one. He said, "Look, whatever you want, just leave the kid." And takes the jetpack instead, and he operates the jetpack and flies him off into the sky and bounces him down around him. Then brings flies the jetpack back. That seems like something that some would do. So anyway, then he has to carry everything back to Mos Eisley again. Thankfully, he was just nipping down the shop to get some milk, maybe a pack of fags. You never know. If you're American, pack of fags is cigarettes. Okay, it's English for cigarettes. Also, different things you should know if you ever go to England. A bum bag. What you call a bum bag is a fanny pack. No, what you call a fanny pack is a bum bag, because a fanny is a English slang for a woman's private parts. So there you go. So if you're visiting England, not that I guess anybody's allowed out of their countries right now, but if you're visiting England, you're prepared. I prepared you. So we're back at Mos Eisley, and at the spaceport with the woman there who's a bit sketchy, and it feels like this is a cutscene and you're getting your mission, for the episode. Your mission briefing about what you're getting your campaign. That's it, your campaign mission. Which essentially says, "Oh, this woman knows where there's a Mandalorian. It's the next planet over. Can you give her a ride? Can you give her a ride to the next planet?" One thing, though, he has to go sublight. He's like, "Well, that's a bad idea. They're going to kill me if I go sublight. I have to keep moving fast to stop people, again, he was just ambushed for Baby Yoda on Tatooine. So he's got a reasonably good point. So the woman he's translating is a big frog woman with a big tub of her frog spawn, or of her eggs. That... She's got to get to the planet to her husband to fertilize or something. Otherwise, her entire family line is extinct forever. So it's a big deal. They're very clear it's a big deal. These eggs are a very big deal. So they set off. Mando's like, disgruntled and disgruntled about it. It's like, "Did you vote for her?" He said, "Yeah, I can vouch for her." And it turns out they only just met. So, anyway, so they got a frog woman and her eggs, and they're flying off. And then you got Baby Yoda. So this is weird. So this is where I think it's something that didn't really work for me. Baby Yoda has this cute thing all the way through it where he keeps sneaking the eggs from the woman and eating them. Isn't this like her last? Like these super important eggs. Like everything in this woman's existence hinges upon them. And Baby Yoda's keeping it. It's like, it just feels a little bit wrong, It just feels a bit wrong. I mean, he was into frogs previously. Didn't he eat a frog out of an egg in a few episodes ago at the end of the first season? I can't remember. So anyway, so they're trying to get to the next planet, and then they are accosted by two X-Wing fighters. And I tell you, it's really sad. X-Wing Fighters don't give me the tingles anymore. That's how much Disney Star Wars has destroyed Star Wars. That was it Rogue Squadron or the game looked really good, and before Last Jedi, you wouldn't be able to stop me buying it. Right, that looked fantastic. Now I'm like, fair, and I do feel that way about Star Wars in general. Now I'm not as excited by it as I used to be. I'm not. I like it's a lot of it's just dead to me. But I mean, again, I like last week's episode, and I think if they just keep up with like the, human struggle rather than dealing with nature. I guess last week you have dealing with the big natural antagonist. Antagonist as well with the crate dragon. But at least you had some like people. They'll say it seemed more westerny. This just didn't seem that westerny to me, right? Which is where I think that is the Mandalorian's really sweet spot, right? So they're accosted by XWing Fighters, and they know that he's the first they do a scan of him. He's trying to avoid them. They scan him, and they know he was involved in the Prison Break episode, right? Which was a great episode, the one with Bill Burr. I really loved that episode. Also had was it that woman from Game of Thrones who was killed in like the third or fourth season? Osha. I can't remember. Fine. So we got So they get me. So they know he's him, and they go into a chase. And again, freaking insanely good chase. Like just insanely good chase. I said it last week. I'll say it this week. I don't like people dumping massive amounts of money into a TV show because it feels like a cheat. It feels like a way of getting. This here it really works. It's fantastic. Absolutely awesome chase sequence, which results in the Razor Crest crashing in this cavern, this ice cavern, and it's really badly banged up. The hull is breached. I'm like, how are they going to get out of this one? It looks like they're in a lot of trouble, and then it gets worse. So they decide it's too much to fix before nightfall. They say it's nap time, and the Frog Woman is not so happy about this. Now, for some reason, Mando can't speak the frog language, and he can speak Tusken Raider. He can't speak frog apparently, and the language is something that really isn't dealt with much in Star Wars, as far as I remember. I mean, maybe in the EU, but as far as I can remember, I just assumed there was kind of like this galactic standard that they all speak, which I guess is English, right? I mean, remember Return of the Jedi? You had C-3PO was a translator droid for Jabba, and then Princess Leia, is disguised as the bounty hunter, comes up and he's translating. He goes, what da, and she's like, and he speaks to Jabba in English. And then Jabba goes, whoa, blah, 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 and then he speaks to Princess Leia in English as well, meaning everybody understands English. What's the point of there being a translator droid? So that's what I assumed. That was kind of like a galactic standard, but no, I guess not. Fine. So they go and have a nap because they don't think they can make it in the night to get off the planet after the repairs later. And so she hacks into the remains of the droid we saw from the recap to use the translation matrix to say, dude, this is really good. You know what we told you at the beginning when I said I got to get these heroes, the end of the universe for me? Remember that? Still holds true, right? And he's Bander's like, but the ship's crashed. He's like, fine, I'll get up. He gets up, he starts repairing the ship. Now, I thought they went to sleep because it was nighttime. It seems like it's day. What they're getting? They seem like they're getting an early night. I don't really understand. Fine. So he's refixing the ship, and all of a sudden he notices that the frog lady's gone. And he tracks her. Where apparently he's got this cool predator-like infrared stuff going on in his helmet. So he tracks her, and then it gets a bit weird, right? Then it gets a bit strange for me. By the way, if this is so super urgent, like everything depends on this, why not just get like a very kosher commercial flight? Why take this dodgy, fly-by-night bounty hunter ride? Why do that? That seems a bit strange to me. But anyway, that's what they did. I'm not going to argue. Fine. So Frog Girl's gone. Frog Girl is gone, and she's off in the pool. Down in an ice cave. She goes down, it tracks forever, and she's in this like hot spring in the middle of the ice. We're like, how did she get what? How did she know it was there? And she's like naked in there, as far as I can tell, with all her eggs. So she's got this thing going on with her eggs. I don't even understand this. Now, this might make a lot of sense to you if you're very knowledgeable about frogs and the mating habits of frogs and the life cycle of frogs. But if you don't, it doesn't. There is one good bit though when things start going down. Baby Yoda's there, eating more of the eggs. Then Mando says, no, don't eat the eggs. So Baby Yoda waddles off, being cute, finds more of these little eggs, and inside there, eats the thing inside, which is a spider-like, alien. This wakes up all the spiders, all these like spider monsters wake up. And you think, oh, it's a bunch of spider monsters. Not really going to be a problem at all, is it? No, we have another incredibly great action sequence. And it's incredibly great action, but it's an action sequence essentially against nature. You know, again, it doesn't feel very westerny to me, which is why I think this episode is a weaker one. This is, again, the Caravan of Courage of episodes for me. So, it's a really good fight as they like fight off these spiders and they try and get back to the ship. The frog woman now is like leaping like a frog. She looks a lot smaller now. Again, for me, it just didn't really work. One thing that did work though is when she like used her tongue to grab her clothes, her bundle of clothes. I just wish I knew why she thought, I'll just go hang out naked in this hot tub with the most important thing in the universe to me. Like, why would I do that, right? But these spiders are like a real threat. They're fighting them in front of them. They finally get back in the Razor Crest, and they're pouring in, and they have to go into the cabin because the rest of it's like broken, right? There's the hole is breached, and they nearly take off. Then this giant one jumps on top of them. It looks like everything's over. It looks like it looks like they're in trouble. Then suddenly you see somebody firing at them, getting them off. They go outside and it's the X-Wing pilots again. The X-Wing pilots who want to be good guys. And the X-Wing pilots are, old fat guys seem to. It looks like I'm perfect for an X-Wing pilot, right? Facial hair, old fat guy. Yeah, it sounds like those things don't look too roomy to me. I don't understand why. We have a history of squeezing fat people into X-Wing fighters. I have to tell you, I find the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon a bit cramped. Let alone an X-Wing fighter. But anyway, that's what happens. So they don't save them actually. They don't help repair the ship. But they manage to take off and limp away to the planet next to them. As they're going, Baby Yoda has another one of the eggs. Yeah, one of the most important thing in the world for this woman. And then we get the end titles. The end titles are like the Ralph McGuire-like paintings, concept art, which looks so much better. Okay, everything in that concept drawing looks so much better than what was in the actual episode. So for me, it's okay. It's not a miss. It's not a void, but it's not great. It's not great at all. One of the weaker episodes of The Mandalorian. I'm still on board though. I am still 100% on board. My name is Sheila Beckett, and you're the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.